Hello and welcome back, my fellow YouTube viewers. Today we are going to learn about the Indian Constitution. Yes, you heard that right. That sacred document that is governing our country. Firstly, let us look into the table of contents. We are going to learn about the making, that is the formation of our constitution, the fundamental rights and duties, the union executive, that is the parliamentary system, the judicial review and the judicial activism, and finally the electoral process, that is how the elections are going to be made. Firstly, what is a constitution? A constitution is a fundamental document that consists of a set of rules and regulations, fundamental rights and duties that govern a country. The Indian Constitution was framed by the Constituent Assembly that had 389 members to work on it. Let us look into the pillars of the making of our Constitution. Firstly, there is the formation, that is, the framing of the document of our Constitution. The framing of this document was never easy. Hence, the Constituent Assembly took care of the formation of our Constitution. Later comes the drafting part. The Constitution was definitely to be checked before being adopted. Hence, the editing of the document was done by the drafting committee. Later comes the amendments. Any changes made to the Constitution after it came into force are called as amendments. Now we have the making of our Constitution. Come on, it is not a storybook to be written in 3 or 4 days. Our leaders have struggled for 3 damn years to get our Constitution into power. Hence, here are a few questions of why our constitutions were necessary. Firstly, what is the main purpose of a constitution? A. To establish monarchy. B. To protect individual rights and freedom. C. To enforce a specific religion. And D. To impose strict governmental control. The right answer is to protect individual rights and freedom. Our constitution says that our country is a democracy. Hence, none of us would like to establish a monarchy. A constitution helps in A. Maintaining social order and stability. B. Protecting citizens from arbitrary government actions. C. Defining the powers and limitations of different branches of the government. D. All of the above. The right answer is all of the above. Here are a few more questions. What role does a constitution play in a democratic society? It limits the power of the people. It allows the government to make arbitrary decisions. It ensures accountability and protects the rights of the citizens. It establishes a hereditary monarchy. The right answer is that it ensures accountability and protects the right of the citizens. When was the Indian Constitution adopted? A. 1945, B. 1947, C. 1949, D. 1950. Though we got independence in 1947, it took us 3 years to get our constitution into force. Hence, our constitution was adopted on 26 January 1950. That is what we now celebrate proudly as Republic Day. Who is known as the chief architect of the Indian Constitution? A. Mahatma Gandhi, B. Jawaharlal Nehru, C. B.R. Ambedkar, D. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. We all know all these leaders strive hard to get our constitution into force, but it was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar who was known as the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. Now we have the fundamental rights and duties. The Indian Constitution has the 6 following fundamental rights: right to equality, right to religious freedom, right to education, right to constitutional remedies, right to freedom of speech and expression, and finally, right against exploitation. We also have the fundamental duties that are the basic duties a citizen of a country should follow. The fundamental duties are mainly about respecting the nation, its national anthem, and living with integrity. Now, let us look into a few questions about the fundamental rights and duties. Which of the following is not one of the fundamental rights guaranteed by the Indian Constitution? Right to equality, right to freedom of speech and expression, right to property, right to protection from discrimination. The right answer is right to property. Not even in a single page of a constitution is there anything about right to property. Hence, right to property is the right answer. The Indian Constitution declares India as A. Socialist country, B. Communist country, C. Secular country, D. Capitalist country. According to the preamble of our Constitution, India is a secular country. That is, in our country, the citizens are free to follow the religions of their own choice. Here are a few more questions. The preamble of the Indian Constitution begins with the words A. We the people of India, B. In the name of God, C. Justice, liberty and equality, D. India, my country. The right answer is We the people of India. How many articles are there in the Indian Constitution? A. 345, B. 395, C. 465, D. 545. Let's not let these numbers confuse us. The right answer is 395. Who is the first citizen of the country? The Prime Minister, the President, the Governor, the Chief Justice. According to our Constitution, our President is considered the first citizen of our country. Now we have about the Union Executive. The Union Executive consists of the President, Vice President, the Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers. The Union Executive is collectively responsible for the leadership and the administration of the local bodies. Here are a few questions on the Union Executive. The Union Executive in India consists of the President, Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers, the President, Governor and Chief Minister, the President, Speaker of Lok Sabha and Chief Justice, the Prime Minister, Chief Minister and Council of Ministers. As I said, the right answer is the President, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister is appointed by A. the President, B. the Vice President, C. the Lok Sabha, D. the Rajya Sabha. The right answer is the President. Yes, it is the President who appoints our Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are collectively responsible for A. the President, B. the Vice President, C. the Parliament, D. the Supreme Court. The right answer is the Parliament. Yes, the Parliament is collectively responsible for the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The President of India addresses the joint session of the Parliament A. every year on Independence Day, B. on the opening day of the first session after each general election, C. on the Republic Day, D. on the eve of the President's term expiration. We all know it is our Prime Minister who addresses the gathering on Independence Day or the Republic Day event. Hence, the President of India addresses the joint session of our Parliament on the opening day of the first session after each general election. The President of India holds office of term of A. 5 years, B. 6 years, C. 7 years, D. 4 years. The right answer is 5 years. Yes, the President of India has term of office for 5 years. Now we have the judicial review and activism. Judicial activism is an exercise of the power of judicial review to set aside the government acts. Generally, the phrase is used to identify undesirable exercises of the power, but there is a little agreement on which instances are undesirable. Let us look into the questions. Who is the head of the state executive? A. Chief Minister, B. President, C. Prime Minister, D. Governor. The right answer is the Chief Minister, who is the head of the state executive. The government of a state is appointed by A. the President of India, B. the Chief Minister of the state, C. the Prime Minister of India, D. the Election Commission of India. It is the Chief Minister of the state that is going to appoint the governor of that particular state. Here are a few more questions. The Lok Sabha is also known as the A. the upper house, B. the lower house, C. House of Elders, D. House of Representatives. The Rajya Sabha is known as the upper house, hence the Lok Sabha is definitely known as the lower house. The Parliament has the power to make laws on subjects mentioned in the A. Union list, B. State list, C. Concurrent list, and D. All of the above. Yes, the right answer is all of the above. The Parliament has full power to make laws on the subjects which are mentioned in the Union, State, and the Concurrent list. The members of the Lok Sabha are elected by A. President, B. Members of the Parliament, C. Members of the Legislative Assemblies, D. Members of Rajya Sabha. The members of Lok Sabha are elected collectively by the members of the Legislative Assemblies, which we call as the MLAs. Here is our final topic, the elections and electoral process. Electoral process across the country are carried out by the Election Commission of India. The Election Commission is a federal body of India which is enacted under the provisions of the Constitution, responsible for monitoring and administering all the electoral processes of India. This body is responsible for ensuring elections free and fair without any bias. Let us look into a few questions on the elections and the electoral process. The governor of a state acts as the head of the state, the head of the government, the chief minister, the president of India. Of course, the governor cannot act as a president or the chief minister, hence he acts as the head of the state. The right answer is A, head of the state. The governor of the state has the power to dissolve the state legislature. Here are a few more questions. What is a state cabinet? The executive body of the state government, the legislative body of the state government, the judiciary body of the state government, the advisory body to the governor. The right answer is the executive body of the state government. The state cabinet is collectively responsible for A. the chief minister, B. the governor, C. the president of India, D. the state legislature. The state cabinet is responsible for the state legislature. Which of the following is an essential document for voter identification in India? A. Aadhaar card, B. passport, C. PAN card, D. all of the above. Since all of these documents are considered an important identity to be a citizen of the country, hence all of these are considered as the essential documents for the voter identification in India. That's all for today, my friends. Let me come back with more content for y'all. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Happy learning. This is Chaitra signing off.